Hey everyone, this is a continuation of section 2.3 and 3.1 from the previous video. I'm going to continue talking about the different graphs. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the time series graph and show you in StatCrunch how to do it. Even though the data that we have is not time series, I'll just want to show you real quick using the Verizon data how we do that. Okay, so back in StatCrunch, let's go to graph. And it is not called a time series, but you'll see that says index time plot. So click on index time plot and let's select Verizon and just compute. And so this is what our time series graph will look like. The index being the time, so if you were doing it in hours, months, years, and then what we're recording. So for example, if I wanted to show you so these are the COVID cases. And so notice that this is a time series graph. So we have the months and then we have the number of cases. So this is a perfect example of what a time series graph looks like. But you have to have the horizontal axis is time. So I'm going to go back to StatCrunch, and while I have you here on StatCrunch, we're going to go back to what I want you to do, is go to groups. So you're going to go to my groups.
And you access that by going to over here on the right, my StatCrunch, go to my groups. And then you won't see this, you'll just have a bunch of different things in here. But if you search ARC Stat 300 Triola, then you should be able to see my group pop up. So when you search for that, you'll see ARC Stat 300 Triola, Professor Owens. When you click on that, there will be something at the top that says join group. So just for example, if I just go to a random group and something that I don't belong to, then I can see join group. So that's what you will see once you do join my search for my group. So again, you will search for ARC Stat 300 Triola. That's the author of our book. And then you'll see my group. Click on that, click join group, and then you'll be in it. And then you're going to click on M&M color data.
So this is going to open a new StatCrunch window with the M&M color data. So this was my data from doing the M&M study from the other day, from the previous video. And so on our notes, going back to our notes, I'm going to show you how to do bar graphs, Pareto charts, and the pie charts, because those are for categorical data, which our M&M data was categorical, right? We selected it by color, blue, orange, yellow, red. We counted the number of M&Ms in each category. So back in StatCrunch, what I want you to do is go to graph, and we're going to start with the bar plot with summary. So this is going to create kind of like a histogram, but it's a bar chart. For categorical data, it's called a bar chart. For quantitative data, it's called a histogram. So with summary, so click on that. Select our variable, is the color of M&M, and the counts are in the number column. And then we're going to organize by frequency, so that's good. And what we want is, we want to tell it to count the percentages. So we go down here and, not percentage, relative frequency. And for the pie charts, we want percentages and hit compute. And then here's our relative frequency bar chart for the colors of M&Ms. Now, if we wanted a pie chart, we can just close this out and then go same thing, go to graph and go to pie chart with summary. And we want to select the color for the categories, and the counts are in the number column. And now we want to display the percent of total, and select compute, and there we go. So we have our pie chart. Now the thing with StatCrunch is I wish we could select the color, because it's really bugging me that red is purple and brown is red. But and yellow with blue. But anyway, so this gives you an idea, and then but at least it gives you the legend here of what to expect and or what the colors mean. So maybe what colors. I wish we could do it a little differently, but that's how you do a pie chart. Right, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was the Pareto chart. The Pareto chart is still a bar plot with summary. And so we're going to select the color is the category, the count is in the number of M&Ms, right? And the difference with the Pareto chart is that we do sort the bars by descending. So I want my counts, my numbers to be descending, and then click compute. So it's still a bar graph, so it looks more organized. So this is a nice visual of representation of data. So we can see I had more blue M&Ms than I had red M&Ms. So I'll be interested to see if you input your own M&M data from the previous lesson, what does your chart look like, your Pareto chart? Okay, so I think that does the notes for this section. And the last thing is conclusion. Try to write, so read the paragraph here, number 14, and then write a summary paragraph for the AT&T carrier on your own. So the idea here is that you should be able to write a sentence, a paragraph describing what's happening in a study without using any statistics lingo, so that anyone who's not trained in statistics could read it. So notice, for example, that I said that typical speed was around 17.98 Mbps. So I didn't say the mean was 17.98 and so on. Okay, email me if you have any questions. Oh, and this is an old faithful for you to do on your own.